everybody? Lord Tremendous here, and I got another battle report here for you. Battle report number 13. This is a 2,000 point battle. 'Tis I, Lord Tremendous of the Thousand Suns, versus Cannon of Doom of the Imperial Fists. Yes, I played him before. Yes, it's been one-sided. And yes, this is a brutal effing game. You're gonna love it. I loved it. You will too, because, well, you know, there's no guarantees in life, but I'm pretty sure you're gonna enjoy this one. Anyway, sit back, relax, and get ready to see how it goes. Here's my list, the Thousand Sons of Tremendous, because I'm a busy guy. Basically, I've changed up a few things. I wanted to try some new stuff out, basically, because I can. I have a Demon Prince now. He's got 2 sets of Malefic Talons, I think that's right, or Mephistus Talons, whatever. He's got 2 sets of talons and wings. His job is going to be to give my units, rerolling ones to hit, and maybe even a little bit of close combat ability, because I discovered in my last couple of games when I took a Chaos Lord, that was totally illegal. I mean, yeah, I could have taken him and had him as a non-Thousand Sun guy, but that's not the theme I'm going for, and I was using him as a Thousand Sun Siege guy. Luckily, nobody but him got to reroll ones because he was a deep striker and all that, but I was getting 3 extra command points for him, and I shouldn't have. Figured that out a few days before I was scheduled to play some more games, so I've added a Demon Prince instead to try, try it out. I still have Ahriman on the list, but I've taken him off of his disc because, honestly, I keep him behind my troops anyway. He doesn't need to really go forward. So yeah, now I have Ahriman on foot. He's got the Black Staff of Ahriman, the Infernal Bolt Pistol, and Frag and Crack Grenades. And I brought back my Sorcerer Lord, Jack-O-Lantern. I couldn't take the Chaos Lord and Terminator armor anymore, and I wanted a 3rd HQ choice so I could get the 7 command points, and I wanted another guy that Deep Struck. He's obviously in Terminator armor, he's got a Combo Melta, and a Force Staff, because I can't give him a Power Fist, which is sad. I still have my unit of 10 Rubric Marines with 6 Infernal Bolters, 2 Warp Flamers, a Soul Reaper Cannon, and of course the Sorcerer has his Force Staff and Infernal Bolt Pistol. Then I have a unit of 9 Rubric Marines with 7 Infernal Bolters, a Soul Reaper Cannon, and the Sorcerer has a Force Axe and a Warp Flame Pistol. I wanted to try something new. I wanted more Rubric Marines. This is the kit that I have set up for it, and I don't regret it. These guys are awesome. And you knew I was going to keep my Zangors. I got 15 of them now with auto pistols, chain swords, and Instrument of Chaos. I just like the little bird guys. I also still have my Terminators, but I'm down to 5 now. I needed the points. 5 Scarab Occult Terminators with 3 Infernal Combo Bolters, 4 Power Swords, a Soul Reaper Cannon, a Hellfire Missile Rack, and the Sorcerer has his Force Stab and the Infernal Combo Bolter. I would have preferred to have the 6th, but I just couldn't fit it in. I have 1 Hellbrute with Multi-Melta, Hellbrute Fist, and a Combo Bolter inside the fist. And then this crazy bastard, my Renegade Knight, Lord Mother Effin' Tremendous. He's got Titanic Feet, the Thermal Cannon, the Rapid Fire Battle Cannon, and 2 Heavy Stubbers. I just love the guy. I know people are adapting to him. I know he's going to start getting blown up left, right, and center, but I love this model. I love the paint job. I love everything this thing represents. So I'm going to keep using him until I don't play 40k anymore. That's going to do it for my list. I'm going to post my opponent's list, play some music. Feel free to pause it whenever you like to see what he took. Here's the mission, and for the most part, what was it called? It was Secure and Control. Basically, we roll off, and whoever rolls the highest determines which standard deployment map is used. We ended up doing the long table sides, but the like triangle type formation. You'll see in a second. Anyway, the victory conditions are take and hold. You got some objectives. I think there's like 4 on the table. For each one that you hold, you get 3 points. Slay the Warlord, First Blood, and Line Breaker. So, very standard yet fun mission. Here's deployment, and for the most part, I just kind of went up against him. I saw that he was deploying in the far back, which brought me, which made me realize that he was a shooting army. I assumed some of his stuff could probably fight, like the jump marines. They're behind the big tall building on the left side there, hard to see. But I was like, alright, so he's not going to bring the fight to me, I got to bring it to him, so I'm going to deploy right on my line and move forward, and hopefully weather him down with bullets and hatred. We'll see how that goes, though. So I got my Zangors in the middle. You can kind of see them in the triangle formation, which is just cool. Then I got both my units of Rubric Marines on the left side there, backed up by my Demon Prince. I am proxying the second unit of Rubric Marines, the 9x unit. That's what all those little white models are for. If you look in between the white models and the Zangors, there's a little, like, reddish-looking guy. That's my proxy for Ahriman. I do have an Ahriman on foot. Unfortunately, he's being painted by Big Tom right now. Well, I shouldn't say unfortunately. But he's being painted by Big Tom right now, so I have to use a proxy until he's done. No rush, no big deal. Just want to let you guys know at home. On the right there, I've got Lord Tremendous and the Hellbrute. They're going to take the right side and try to take a bunch of stuff out. Because on my opponent's side, those 3 circle templates right there are Tarantula sentry guns. And I don't know what those do, but 12 shots each, that doesn't sound like fun at all. That's where the Zangors are going to go. In the red building on the right flank there in his deployment area, right next to his yellow dreadnought thing, the relic one, there's 10 Hellblaster guys, the Chads or whatever, and he bought them, but we wanted to play, so we just threw the what's it called? The bases down in there. I mean, we know he's got them, he just hasn't assembled them yet. And so yeah, he's got a lot of heavy shooting in this list, and I mean, my shooting is okay, but it's nothing compared to what he's fielding right now, so I really got to get a bunch of rounds downrange as quick as I can. My Terminators and Sorcerer Lord Terminator are all going to deep strike, and that's it for deployment. Here's top of 1 after movement, and I got to go first because I am all that is awesome. My guys fire forward. I mean, as far as we can fire forward. The Rubric Marines move up their measly 5 because I want them to shoot. The Zangors advance, and they go up pretty far. Ahriman follows, the Demon Prince follows, and on the right flank there, Lord Tremendous and the Hellbrute move up their movement because they got to open fire on whatever they can. I think my Hellbrute's out of range. I probably should have advanced with him. That was stupid on my part. On the right side there, next to the tall building, you can kind of see part of my Sorcerer Terminator. He's going to go after the snipers inside that building and hopefully kill them off fast so he can start working on the Hellblaster Chads in the other building. I know they're probably going to take him out, but I'd rather them shoot at him than at Lord Tremendous. And then on the left side, it's kind of hard to see, but I'm sorry, in the center anyway, my Terminators come down because I really, really don't want the Tarantula sentry turrets to fire at me. I want the Terminators to shoot them up, and then I want them to assault them. I mean, it's only a 9. I've got command points. I need them to get in there and decimate those things quick, fast, in a hurry before they can decimate me. Other than that, that's it for my movement. Kicking off my Psychic Phase, the Terminator Sorcerer Lord does Smite on the snipers and shuffles off the Mortal Coil of the Ugly One. And then using Infernal Gaze, he's able to kill 1 more. Not great rolls, but not terrible. I'll take what I can get. My Terminator Sorcerer is able to slip a wound through on the Tarantula Sentry Gun, which is good. It's got to start somewhere. Activating Ahriman. He's really out of range to do anything. I wasn't going to advance him because I'm stupid. I probably should have. But anyway, he does Warp Time on the Zangors, allowing them to advance again to get him closer up front there. I really want the Zangors to take shots over the Terminators. I know my opponent's going to shoot at the Terminators, but I figure giving him 2 different units to shoot at is better than letting him concentrate fire. And if my Zangors can get up unscathed because he decides to focus fire on my Terminators, maybe they can go do something about the Chads inside that building. We'll see. We'll see. we go into possibly the worst shooting phase I've ever had. I unload almost everything. I throw the heavy stubbers into the chads because I don't really care and nothing happens, which is fine. But I throw the rapid fire battle cannon and the thermal cannon into his dreadnought, thinking that I should do 7 to 10 wounds of this thing minimum. And I end up doing 3. And you might think it's because my opponent rolled crazy saves or something like that. No. My dice were abysmal. 1s and 2s were all they were producing for the most part. I was lucky enough to get 1 rapid fire battle cannon wound to actually go through and do like 3 wounds, but yes, just tragic shooting. And then my Terminators unload everything they have on the Tarantulas, and after rolling even worse, I get 4 wounds. 4 flippin' wounds are all I'm able to roll against this things. I'm just dumbfounded. Absolutely flippin' dumbfounded about how badly I'm rolling. Really couldn't afford it either. I mean, I really had to make a dent before my opponent got to go because his shooting is going to devastate me. It really is. It doesn't take a genius to figure that out just by looking at what he brought. So I'm kind of panicking at this point. And just to add a little insult to injury here, my Rubik Marines are really out of range to shoot at anything else, so they shoot at the snipers inside of that building, and the combined shots of all my Rubik Marines in both units take out 5 out of 6 snipers. There's still a sniper in that mother effing building. I got nothing. There are no words. And yes, I'm re-rolling one. No, I think I forgot to re-roll 1s to hit on this one, and I did roll a lot. It was just abysmal. Absolutely abysmal. Really not happy with my dice right now. So here's bottom 1 after movement, and I know what you're asking. Wait, didn't you assault with anything? Yes, I did. My Terminators and my Terminator Sorcerer Lord both assaulted. I started with the Terminators. They failed even after burning a command point. Failed to make it in there. I rolled a 6 and a 2, and then I rolled a 6 and a 1. Yeah, needed a 9, got an 8, and then a 7. Thank you, dice gods. May you rot in hell. The Sorcerer Terminator Lord rolled a 3. Yeah, my dice are begging for a fire bath, and I'm thinking about giving it to him. Anyway, here's bottom of 1, and my opponent does come forward. His Dreadnought comes towards the Terminators, and so does his Assault Vanguard veteran guys that are basically geared for close combat, because I did nothing last turn. Nothing. I'm furious with my dice right now. But my opponent's coming for me and is going to take it out of my ass. So at least there's that. That's the end of his movement. We go into his shooting phase, and the first thing he does with his assault guys is opens up with those plasma pistols, drops 2 Terminators, hands down, no problem. Overcharges, doesn't lose anybody for his trouble, and murders 2 Terminators. It was a great shot, I gotta admit. Then his unit in the middle there open up on the Zangors and on the Terminators. The missile launchers fire at the Terminators, the bolt gun guys fire at the Zangors. I lose 3 Zangors and another Terminator because it's a lot of shots. It's a lot of shots, and my dice don't really want to roll past the 3 right now. The Tarantula guns open up on the Terminators, and they kill my Sorcerer. They do 3 wounds. 2 to the Sorcerer, 1 to the guy with the Soul Reaper Cannon. And I left him alive because I figure when he gets assaulted, he'll get 4 shots instead of, well, at Strength 5 as opposed to 4 shots at Strength 4. It's, whatever. They're all dead anyway. I think the Hell Blaster guys open up on the Zangors and kill, 4 or 5 more maybe, something like that. A ridiculous amount. Those guys are devastating. I think some of the Hell Blasters also fired at Lord Tremendous and did 3 wounds to him. It could have been his Predator tank too, I can't remember, but something shot and did 3 wounds to me. Some other shots from the Predator tank fire into the Zangors, killing a couple more. I'm down to 5 guys, so 10 have died. I mean, just unbelievable. I knew that I was going to take some shots in there. I did. I knew that I was going to take some damage there, but I did not realize, number 1, that my opponent was going to roll this well, and number 2, I was going to roll as badly as I am. This is painful. Something else shoots at Lord Tremendous. I honestly don't know or care anymore what it was, because it puts 10 more wounds on me. Even my opponent was like, wow, I rolled really well, and I rolled awful. Out of everything that went through, I knew I need fives. I know it's 1/3 chance. I get that. I didn't make any of my saves. So 10 more wounds for a total of 13. Oh my god. We go into the assault phase, and his assault guys completely swarm my one remaining Terminator, which they'll make short work of him. He doesn't have a chance in hell. And yeah, I overwatched. I think I got a guy. I think I killed one to overwatch. Over here, my 4 remaining Zangor. I'm sorry, I said I had 5 at some point. I don't know why I lied to you. I only had 4 left. 11 died. The Dreadnought comes up here to put them out of their misery, basically. Honestly, I don't fully understand why he attacked him, other than to just guarantee it, because even if I roll a 1, I'm pretty sure the rest of them are going to flee in the morale phase. So, anyway, this happened. We go into combat here, and I was wrong. I didn't kill any of them because there's still 10 there. But yeah, they murder my Terminator without breaking a sweat. I mean, it must have been child's play. And then his Dreadnought attacks my Zangors, killing 3 of them, and my 1 remaining Zangor attacks and actually slips a wound through. It was amazing. It was the best thing that happened for me the entire game. Serious. That's how low the bar is going to be set for this one, so strap in! During the morale phase, the final Zangor runs away, and you know what? He ran away a winner. Not only did he damage the Relic Dreadnought, but he lived to run away. That's impressive. Here we are in top of 2 after movement, and I keep on trundling forward. I have no other choice. None. Zero. I have no good moves to make other than to continue to press forward into this fucking meat grinder. So that's what I do. My Hellbrute and Lord Tremendous sparking and spitting fire out of holes he shouldn't friggin' have in him right now. Trundle forward to try to take out this Dreadnought before he eats me alive. The Sorcerer Lord moves up because he can't make a charge otherwise. The Rubik Marines, Ahriman, and the Demon Prince move over to deal with the Assault Marines because I might as well. The other Rubik Marines keep moving up on the left side there to shoot if they can. And that's it. That's all I got left. I know I'm going to lose. I'm well aware that this game is completely lost at this point. I know, top of 2, it's a weird way to get demoralized, but the way my dice are rolling, the way my opponent's dice are rolling, the fact that 2 of my units are just vaporized and I've got nothing to show for it. Lord Tremendous is already in the second bracket for damage. I got nothing. I mean, all the momentum has been taken away from me, so now it's just about body count. It's about spite. Killing as many of these Emperor dogs as I can. But that's it for his movement. In the Psychic phase, my Sorcerer Lord gets Smite off and is only able to kill 1 more Sniper. I know what you're thinking. Doesn't Smite do D3 wounds? It does, just not for me. The Smite from the Rubik Marine Sorcerers, Ahriman, and the Demon Prince onto the Assault Marine guys does pretty good. I think it kills 5 of them in total. Not terrible. I'm pleased that at least the spells are going off. On 2d6, at least I can still roll a 5 consistently, which makes me feel pretty good. I think maybe his Librarian or Chaplain or something like that stopped one of them. But, you know, still, I did pretty good damage to his Assault Marines, and I'm happy about that. We go into shooting. Lord Tremendous opens up with everything into the, into the Dreadnought again, with the exception of Heavy Stubber. Heavy Stubber goes after the Chads inside the building, because why not? It's just a Heavy Stubber. And I'm able to get 4 wounds through on this Dreadnought. I can't even begin to tell you how aggravating it is to roll horribly. 4 wounds. 2d6 shots, d3 shots. Nothing happens to the Chads, but that's not unexpected. They have a 2-up. If I was even able to wound, which I don't believe I was, I needed 4s and 4s, and I just can't. I cannot get my dice to roll average, and it's beginning to look like it's going to be another dice burning very, very soon. My Rubik Marines over here open up into the Assault Marines, and they kill 4. Not great, but not terrible. I really, really can't afford to complain at this point, because at least I'm hitting and wounding and some of them are getting through. There's 1 left. He should run away next turn. Ahriman pulls out his Infernal Bolt pistol and clinks the last guy out of existence, which is fitting. Fitting. At least Ahriman's pulling his weight, you know? I know I'm whining. I do. It's just frustrating when your dice roll like shit. It really is. Plus, my opponent is playing beautifully. His dice are rolling great. I'm jealous. That's what it is. I have dice envy. We go into the assault phase, and Jack-O-Lantern finally makes it into the snipers. He only needed a 5, which is good, because that's what he frickin' rolled. You know, I guess I shouldn't be too upset. I guess running in the Terminator armor would be a pain in the ass, especially when you're carrying around that much ineptitude. There are no other assaults, I swing away, and I'm able to only hit and wound once. It goes through, kills the sniper counterattacks, does nothing, but I'm still in this godforsaken combat that he's just gonna disengage from. I mean, I needed 2s to hit. Yeah. That's how bad my dice are in this game. Just burning them is too good for them. Here we are at bottom of 2 after movement, and at this point my opponent's army is too busy laughing to really advance. The Dreadnought does come after Lord Tremendous because at this point he's realized Lord Tremendous is not a threat. Somebody clearly forgot to clean off his windshield before the battle because he can't hit nothing. And that's really it. I think his characters that were behind the Assault Marines shift over to the left to go after the painted Rubik Marines. I'm not 100% on that. I think really they just wanted to get away from the Demon Prince. And that's really it for movement. The rest of his stuff doesn't need to move because it's going to eat me alive. We go into a shooting phase, and his characters, I don't remember which one, fire into Rubik Marines and drop 2. I can't make my saves. Blows them the hell away. I think he overcharges plasma. Not 100% on that. Over here, goes a little bit better. I think the Tarantula guys fire at my Rubik Marines, the unpainted one, obviously. And, well, they're not Rubiks, they're just stand-ins. And drops 2 of them. Not terrible. I gotta be honest with you, the Tarantula guys, they have like 12 shots each. It's a lot of shots. But it's kind of like guard shooting with the flashlights. It's not super strong. It's not super dangerous. I lost 2 to 24 shots. That's not terrible. Over here, like I said, the sniper disengaged from the sorcerer, who just wished him safe journey and waited. Needless to say, the Hellblaster guys did not wait. They overcharged and blew away my Terminator sorcerer. It was actually quite violent. I did have a little good news in this one, though. One of the guys overheated and died. He has his Chapter Master right over there because he paid 3 points to reroll everything within 6 inches of the guy, which seems fair. And was able to reroll everything. But even with rerolls, one of his guys died. So for one Hellblaster, he got a Terminator Sorcerer Lord. Feels even. Then over here, I think maybe one of the Hellblaster guys fired at Lord Tremendous as well and did a couple of wounds to him, which, you know, that's fine. He's on his way out anyway. Maybe he'll blow up. That'd be cool. We go into the assault phase, and the scary-ass Dreadnought that cannot be killed because I'm cross-eyed slams into Lord Tremendous. And you don't have to be a soothsayer to know what's about to happen here. His characters both assault my Rubik Marines. During Overwatch, I am able to slip 1 wound through on the character on the left there. I don't know what the hell he is. I think maybe he's the chaplain, the other guy's the librarian, but I have no idea. But they both make it in, and one's bleeding a little bit, which is awesome. We swing away at each other, and Lord Tremendous only takes 6 more wounds. He only gets 4 attacks. He hit and wound with 2 of them or 3 of them. I only saved 1. 6 wounds go through. I'm teetering on the edge. I think I've got 3 wounds left, if I'm not mistaken. In return, I don't do anything back to him because my dice are garbage. But it is what it is. And then here, the rubrics really aren't meant for close combat, but considering the characters are, and they did as well as they did, I'm very proud of the rubrics. Which I say a lot. The rubrics are usually friggin' amazing. Anyway, I lose 2, and I'm able to slip 1 wound through on what I think is the librarian, the one with the jump pack. Obviously, I don't win this combat, but I'm not going anywhere, and hopefully I get my Demon Prince over here to save these guys. Beaten, bloody, broken, saddened, and slightly thirsty, here we are in top of 3 after movement. So my Rubrics and Ahriman move up in the center there, because we're just going to go for it. The hell with it. I'm not going to win. I want to kill as many of these Empire dogs as I possibly can, because there shouldn't be a good victory party after this. There just shouldn't. The hell with them. My Lord Tremendous, my robot with like 3 wounds left, I don't know if he disengages from the Dreadnought or just kind of parts of him fall away and he kind of stumbles backwards, but I quote unquote disengage because that rule makes sense. So I can shoot and then reassault the Dreadnought afterwards because, you know, logic. The Hellbrute moves up around the side there to also assault the Dreadnought because I'd like to see this thing dead before the end of the game. And then over here on the left side, my Demon Prince runs over to try to help out the Rubric Marines because, honestly, I want to see how he does in close combat because he hasn't done a fucking thing otherwise. But yeah, that's it for my movement. In the psychic phase, my sorcerer, my Rubric sorcerer, is just closer to the tarantula sentries than it is to that damn sniper in the building, just by a couple of inches, mainly because of the elevation, which, honestly, I wanted to take the stupid sniper out. I just don't like the snipers. But I am able to slip a wound through on the tarantula sentry, and that makes me happy. My Rubric Sorcerer over here is able to slip another wound through on what I'm going to call his Librarian until I'm either, told otherwise or anybody cares. So now he's got 2, which, that's helpful. Yeah, so that's it for everything. My shooting does nothing. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. How is that possible? You should have seen my dice. Woohoo! It was bad. It was really bad. They could write poems about the awfulness that was my dice for this game. But anyway, we go into assaults, right? So Lord Tremendous assaults the Dreadnought, because why not? My Hellbrute also assaults the Dreadnought, and thank God he was only 2 inches away because I rolled Snake Eyes for my assault. Oh, the hits just keep on coming. And then my Demon Prince assaults over here and makes it into, I assume that's the Chaplain? I mean, I could have them completely reversed. I don't flippin' know. They're Empire dogs and they have to die. That's all I know. But he makes it, and there's happiness. So, I don't know what happens over here, but my Demon Prince is able to just Thunder Thrash that little piece of crap that he was in combat with, which is awesome. And then I activate the Rubric Marines after, in time. We do everything in order. But anyway, the Rubric Marines get to activate eventually, and they aren't able to, my Rubrics individually aren't able to do anything. They're really not for close combat, so I'm not upset about that. But my Sorcerer with his Force Staff slips a wound through and actually does 3 wounds, killing the other character. We reconcile 3 inches towards the closest unit, which is the sniper at this point, and while we're exposed, at least 2 characters are dead. Take that, Emperor Scum. And speaking of scum, I get to put 2 more wounds through on the Dreadnought, and Lord Tremendous dies. He doesn't explode, he just literally, the Dreadnought reaches inside of him, finds the off switch, hits it, and he falls over on his back. It's mind-numbing. Mind-numbing how bad I'm rolling in this game. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not all dice. It is not all dice. Let me go on the record right now as saying that. I'm well aware that my tactics have been flawed in numerous areas, but my dice have been a travesty. I mean, kingdoms could fall because of the horrendous failure that is currently residing inside of my dice. But you know what? It's just a game. We're having fun, and I'm silently killing my dice in my head. So with that, here's bottom of 3 after movement. And again, there's really not a ton. The Dreadnought on the right shuffles through, disengages from the Hellbrute that did nothing, because again, it's not the army's fault, it's my dice. Look at them in the middle, all smug and paid off. They make me sick. Anyway, the Dreadnought disengages from the Hellbrute, moves forward through the wreckage of Lord Tremendous, and that's mostly it. I don't think anything else of his moved, because it doesn't need to. He's kicking my ass. We go instantly into his shooting phase, and his tarantula sentries decide to make a liar out of me and open up on my rubrics, killing 4. And if I'm not crazy, I needed 3s. And yeah, that's how bad I rolled. 4 of them eat it. And it was a lot of shots. He rolled a lot of hits. He gets to re-roll them all because his chapter master's right there, and that makes sense. So yeah, it's painful, but it is what it is. 4 more die, and it was inevitable. It was happening. The squad inside the building there open up on the rubrics, killing another one, which I guess that kind of evens everything out. And then the Hellblasters unload on the Hellbrute and destroy him. And I don't know why that's a shock to anybody. This unit of Marines stops playing their card game in the ruins in order to come out and unload on the Rubric Marines, dropping 1, which, okay, whatever. And then his Predator tank unloads on the remaining 2 Rubric Marines and murders their faces, effectively destroying the unit. That brings us to top of 4 after movement, because there's no assaults, and got nothing left. Ahriman runs over because his Dreadnought's got 1 wound left. My psychic phase should let me kill this guy, right? My Rubiks and Demon Prince run up the left flank as far as they can and feel... I didn't want the Demon Prince to just be exposed, which is really sad to say considering he's a Demon Prince. But yeah, that was it. And that's it. That's all for my movement. My plans finally work out, one of them do anyway, and Ahriman is able to smite the Relic Dreadnought to death. It does not explode, but it does shut down, and if it's the last thing I do, it will be making sure that that Dreadnought never sees service again. It is destroyed. The Imperial Fist can't use it anymore. You heard it here first. My second trick during the magic phase is to warp time Ahriman behind the chimney in these ruins. He's going to hold on to the relic, to the objective there, but I know I'm going to lose this game. I don't want to be tabled. It's a pride thing. And so Ahriman, in true heroic fashion, warps reality so he can hide behind the chimney here and not get shot at. Nothing but heroics in my army. The Rubric Sorcerer is able to smite the sniper, killing him finally, and that's what I've decided was my actual objective of this mission, was to kill the snipers. There was a lot of potential in one of them, we didn't know which one, had to kill them all, so moral victory definitely goes to the Thousand Suns. And then the Demon Prince's smite is able to kill 3 of the Marines in front of him, which was really cool. Finally, my dice are waking up, just in time. And then in the shooting phase, the 3 remaining guys I have with guns in range open up onto Space Marines and kill 3 more. So I think there's like 3 left in that unit. Not bad. That brings us over here to bottom of 4 after movement, and my opponent is like, hey, I want to table you, what are you doing? So he starts moving his guys out to try to get around to shoot at Ahriman, because right now he can't see. He also wants to get, what's it called? The one where he's in my deployment zone. I can't remember, like, breach the line breaker. That's what it is. So his stuff starts moving out. His Hellblaster guys start moving out. His characters start moving. His tank moves. And then on the left flank, I'm sorry, his tank doesn't move, but his stuff starts coming out because like, oh crap, everything's out of range and I got to get line breaker. His little remaining sniper on the right side there that helped kill my Sorcerer Lord by sacrificing 5 of his buddies very heroically starts moving down the line. It's all bad. It's all bad. But yeah, that's really it for his movement. We go straight to a shooting phase, and I don't remember exactly what it is that does it. I think maybe it's to tarantulas or something like that. But they open up on my Rubric Marines and finish them off, no problem. It was almost easy. That has nothing to do with dice, that's just good tactics. Then the remaining Marines in front of me open up on my Demon Prince and put 3 wounds on him. The other unit of Marines inside the ruins open up on the Demon Prince and put, I think, 4 more wounds on him, so he's got 1 left. And then I believe the tank, or whatever it is, something shoots and kills my Demon Prince, no problem. Just, yeah, it was inevitable. I can't decide if I played the Demon Prince wrong, or if it's really that bad. I guess I need to try it out some more and find out. And this begins what I lovingly call Ahriman crapping himself. So here's top of 5 after movement. I've got nothing. Got nothing to do. So Ahriman, as you can see, stays behind the chimney. That's it. That's my entire turn. I'm gonna tell you why I'm doing this. I know it looks like I'm just being funny and stuff, but I actually had a plan. Do you see the way his stuff is moving out to kill Ahriman? I know my opponent wants to kill me. I'm well aware of that, and I don't blame him. So my hope is he moves all of his stuff off the objectives to come after Ahriman. Because if he does that, right now the only thing he has is First Blood, okay? He's got nothing else. So I'm technically winning 3-1. I mean, yeah, he does have objectives right now, don't get me wrong. But if I can get him to come off of those objectives to come after Ahriman with all of his stuff, I could still win. It's a long shot. This guy isn't stupid, but hey, bloodlust gets under all of our skins. So that's why I'm doing this, and that's why I'm playing this music. You're gonna love it. So here's bottom of 5, and he starts coming forward. He starts moving his guys towards Ahriman. He can't see him. He wants to kill him. The tank moves, the guys move, the sniper moves. Things are starting to move. The models on the left flank there are coming out. Everyone's coming forward. They all want to get out there, trying to get a hold of Ahriman. I'm like, oh, it might work. It might work. So I'm excited. I'm excited that I can actually pull this off. So here we go in the top of 6, and I was kind of disappointed went in the top of 6 because I didn't know, if you look at the little red house in the center of the board, kind of towards his deployment zone, it's not in his deployment zone, but anyway, there's an objective marker right behind that one, so yeah, I didn't know about that one, I didn't see it. So I thought maybe if it went to turn 6, or didn't go to turn 6, I would win, but no, that's not the case. He actually did have his chapter master on top of that particular objective, so my bad. But anyway, his guys, I don't do anything. I'm just like hiding behind the chimney, praying that he can't get a shot on me. And that's it. That's it for my turn. That brings us to the bottom of 6, and he keeps coming forward. But yeah, he sends his chapter master over to secure the one objective. The other guys are on another one, so he's got me anyway. I was hoping he was going to come forward, but it didn't work out that way. So what can you do? So, long story short, we go to top of 7, I don't do anything, we go to bottom of 7, he moves forward like you can see here, the invisible Hellblasters in the tank are over there trying to get a shot off at Ahriman, they can't see him. I think maybe the tank can see him, shoots and misses. The sniper advanced but didn't get into my deployment area, so he doesn't get line breaker. And in the end, there it is. There's the end of the game. My opponent's got 2 objectives secured. I've got 1, and he's got First Blood. So he got me cold, but damn. it was a madman's gamble in the end, but how funny would that have been if he had fallen for it? He didn't, and oh well. But we'll get to the recap in a minute, because thank God this game is over.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
So as you saw throughout this battle report, my army is gorgeous. I didn't play it gorgeous, but it certainly looks gorgeous. And if you know anything about me, you know I had nothing to do with that. I can't paint. Luckily, I've got an awesome friend named Big Tom, and he can paint like friggin' Michelangelo. So, yes, thanks to him, I have an army that looks spectacular, even when it's getting wiped off the table by a superior foe. So if you've got a bunch of unpainted models sitting around your house that you don't have the time, inclination, or let's be honest, talent to paint, send Big Tom an email and tell him what you got. Tell him what you're looking for and see if you guys can't come to some sort of agreement. He's competitively priced, he does awesome, as you can see, I'm not making this up, he does amazing work and he does it quick. You're gonna love it. Send him an email, tell him what you're looking for, tell him what you got, and tell him Tremendous sent you. You will not regret it. Well, I certainly got my ass kicked on this one. It was definitely a defeat for Lord Tremendous. My opponent ended up winning 7-3. He held 2 objectives for 6 points and got First Blood for 1. I had 1 objective, so I got 3 points. So at least I wasn't goose-egged and I wasn't tabled, but my pride was definitely left at the door. This one hurt. Now, I'm well aware that a lot of it had to do with my bad tactical choices. Throwing the Terminators and the Zangors into that murder locker was a terrible idea. But the Dice Gods were mad at me. They beat my ass with my dice rolls. Poor Lord Tremendous couldn't hit anything. He switched off his targeting computer, and nobody knew it was wrong. I had bad tactics, I had bad dice, I had bad everything. I deserved to lose this game. My opponent played his army beautifully, and I played mine like a fool. Yeah, and this is exactly what should happen to fools. Like I said, my opponent played his army perfectly. I fell right in every trap that he set, and I couldn't rely on my dice to get me out of it. It was very nice, though, to see 2 yellow armies on the table. It was bright. It was easy to see where all the models were, and I liked it. I'm really starting to become a huge fan of yellow. Nothing in his army was overpowered. I didn't think anything that he had was like a crutch or anything like that. I think his intelligence was higher than mine, and I don't like that. I'm going to work on that. I'm going to hit him in the head with hammers and offer him a lot of alcohol before we play next time. Definitely love having 2 units of rubrics on the table. Those guys were great. I wish I had better utilized them, maybe put them more central, get them into the shooting range a lot faster, but they probably just got shot faster. With dice like mine, who knows? And I'm really unsure about the Demon Prince. Really unsure about the Demon Prince. He's incredibly fragile, and he doesn't offer a whole lot. Still on the fence. We'll see. I play some more games with him, so we'll see where I go with it. Despite all my griping, though, this was a really good game. I had fun. I was furious at my dice, but everything else was cool. This is a really good opponent, so it's not like there's any pride or shame in losing to a guy like this. He's awesome. And I'm looking forward to getting my righteous revenge on him. The rematch will be glorious! But yeah, that's gonna do it. Battle Report number 13 is officially in the history books. As always, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or complaints, feel free to put them in the comment section below, and I'll get back to you as quick as I can. But as always, guys and gals, thanks.